and welcome to Suite 301, coming to you live from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We're here to give you all the latest news and updates from Cult Club Sports. You can watch all of our broadcasts on our Suite 301 page and on our Facebook pages and on YouTube.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
And remember to like our Facebook pages and follow our Twitter accounts for the latest news and media. Also subscribe to our YouTube channel for videos around the leagues and to watch previous episodes of Suite 301. Clearly you can tell that Eric is a new host filling in for our fearless leader, Sandy Sanderson, which I'm excited. We're going to jump to Sandy. We're going to get into NCBA baseball, and the big announcement coming out of the NCBA is Spring Training Showcase registration. I should say Swing into Spring registration is now open for Panama City Beach. So why don't we take it to Sandy, who's coming to us live. Wow, look at that.
There
from
you go.
Panama
Look at that
City
view.
Beach. How you doing, Sandy?
Good. Can you guys hear me okay?
We can hear you great. We can hear the waves in the background.
All right. Well, we actually had a nice little squall here yesterday. Tropical Storm Fred came through, but as you can see, everything's back in action here in Panama City Beach. Can't tell if I'm holding this thing level or not. But hey, I've been down here negotiating, putting in the finishing touches on some negotiations with some of our hotel partners. As many teams probably remember, we've really showcased what the facility has to offer down here in PCB for this year's Spring Training Showcase. I was going to head out to the fields to use those as my backdrop, but then I thought, you know what, maybe the beach is what people really need to see. The baseball here is going to be spectacular. The spring break is going to be spectacular. You can see crystal sand beaches, beautiful water. I want to give you an example of this. Is where I'm standing right now is like a rental condominium. You can probably see it behind me a little bit. I'm out on the balcony, of course, but this is one of the lodging kind of offerings that we're offering to our teams as a lodging option when they come down here. They can book these resort-style condos on the beach for their stay down here. They cost a little more than some of the other options, but you can put 6, 8, 10 guys in a room. You got living room, kitchen, laundry, all in sight. Really makes for a great R&R kind of destination getaway when you come down to the Swing into Spring PCB showcase. Now, we're going to have other options as well. We've partnered with a group called By the Sea, who owns several properties, some on the beach like this, some off the beach, which reduces the cost a little bit. They've even got what they call a getaway. It's a trek, almost like a small campus just off the beach. You can put 12 guys in a room. 2 queen beds, triple bunks. It's a very, very affordable. So for our teams that are thinking about coming to Swing into Spring, don't let lodging costs be your deterrent. There are very inexpensive options as well as very luxurious options too. So we're going to have a little bit of everything for those who are coming. And we're excited to have registration opening up last week so teams can start signing up and booking their trip to come down to PCB in March 22.
Absolutely. And Sandy, now that registration's open, if a team is interested in coming, what is the next step? Where can they find paperwork and things like that?
If they go on the NCBA website, D1 or D2, in the top corner, the top bar, click on the spring break, spring training tab. Pick Panama City Beach, Swing into Spring, Panama City Beach. All the information's there. The registration documents are there. You don't have to commit yet as to how many games you want to play. It's a la carte. You can come down and play 2 games. Some teams come down and play 7, 8 games. You can schedule practice time. It's what does your team need to prepare for your conference play when you return from spring break. So go on that website, check it out. If anybody has any questions, email me, sandy.sanderson@coltclubsports.com. I'll be glad to help you out, get you through the registration process. Even if you just want to know what other, who else is coming your week, let us know that you're interested so we have you on our radar because we don't want anyone to be left out of this opportunity. It's going to be awesome. Our 15 years in Tampa were outstanding. We had 70 teams a year at our peak. We expect to be there again when we bring it to Panama City Beach, which is a better facility, better environment to be in there. The helicopter ride just going on behind me there. Panama City Beach, thing everybody wants to do spring break wise while they come down and play baseball.
And Sandy, real quick, can you touch on the facility? As you mentioned, it's our first time using it. It's obviously brand new. What can teams expect facility-wise down there?
The Panama City Beach Sports Complex is a brand new facility that opened just before COVID. I mean, we were supposed to kind of be the inaugural event there. COVID shut us down. But it's got 5 baseball fields. I think it's 330 down the lines, 390 to center, all turf. It's got this special kind of turf. I forget the name of it, but it's got something in the rubber that keeps the heat off. Sometimes in the summer, the turf gets real hot. This is not the case with this stuff. It keeps it cool on the field. You got lights, LED lights, camera quality lights, 5 fields all in one complex. It's literally 3 miles from where I stand. So less than 10 minutes, I'd be at the ballpark right here from the beach. So one of the things that's big difference for our teams is when they're done playing ball, they can easily go have a beach afternoon or a beach morning or however they want to play it out. But batting cages, I believe there's 6 batting cages on the facility. At the facility, there's concessions there, 2 concession stands, plenty of parking, buses, vans, cars, whichever way you're coming in. It's absolutely a gorgeous facility. Now, that's the 5 baseball field. It also has 4 fields that they convert into fast pitch softball. So we expect to have a women's NCSA fast pitch softball element to swing into spring as well. And Savannah's already told me she's got a record number of teams that have already said, hey, we want in for this. So, it's not just baseball, it's softball too.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I know we're all really excited about it. We were excited about it last year, but COVID had obviously altered our plans. But one of the nice things about spring training is, even if you can't get down as a whole team, maybe you have a group of guys, or maybe you just want to get down by yourself, there's an option for you to participate in spring training as well, correct?
Yeah, the Rawlings free agent team. Yeah, if your whole team doesn't want to commit to it, or maybe even, maybe you're one of those teams whose school has not yet cleared you to return to baseball this year, but you got 3 or 4 guys or just yourself that want to, go away for spring break and have fun and play baseball. Contact me about the Rawlings free agent team. What we do is we assemble a misfit group of ball players. It might be guys from 3, 4, 5 different teams. We combine them into one team, the Rawlings free agent team, and you'll play games against our NCBA teams that are down here. So definitely an option. If your whole team doesn't want to come down, feel free to reach out to me and I'll give you more information about the Rawlings free agent team.
Awesome. Well, yeah, I know we're excited as a staff to get down there, how beautiful the facility is, and like you said, Tampa was great for 15 years for us, but having the beach right basically on site with the fields, and all the fields being in one location, I mean, it's just going to be an amazing experience for the teams and the staff. So, if there's anything else you need to say, Sandy, about the event, let us know.
It's going to be a fantastic event. We're very disappointed we weren't able to have it in 2021 due to COVID. Teams not being allowed to come. The beaches here were opened up. The facility was opened up. They were saying, Sandy, why can't your teams come? We got them. They want to come. The schools wouldn't let them. So we had to cancel the 21 event. But, it's one of the nice things about the 5 fields is we're going to be able to have more games going on at once, which means we don't have to have 8 a.m. games. Some of the teams didn't like that on their spring break, or games going till 10 p.m. At night. The idea is to really keep it a concise baseball portion of the day and then get people out into the community, get to experience all the PCB has to offer, enjoy your spring break, start your team bonding activities, whatever they may be, and so forth. So it's going to be a great event. Let me know if anybody out there has questions, wants some more information about it. Email me and we'll talk. We'll set up a phone call and we'll get through it. It's definitely an affordable trip. It's drivable for almost the entire part of the country. I drove down here from Pittsburgh, took 15 hours with stops. That's not too bad when you got a bunch of guys in vans. So
beautiful. Well, thank you, Sandy.
Right.
It looks beautiful down there, and if any teams are out there interested in spring training this year, please hit Sandy up. But let's moving on. We got
Wait. One more thing.
Go ahead, Sandy.
One more thing. While you got me on the line here, I wanted to reach out. I wanted to congratulate Eric Curator here over our broadcast here. Eric just had his 10th
yeah.
anniversary with NCBA.
There we go.
Just a couple of weeks ago, he hit the 10-year mark with us, so we're really excited about that. Not many people have had that accomplishment with us, and Eric, we appreciate your dedication to making club baseball great across the country. And
we just presented him the plaque, Sandy. I don't know if you can see it.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Sandy. It's been an honor. It's been a fun ride, and let's do another 10. All right?
Hey.
I'll give you a hug when I get back in town.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it, guys.
Absolutely.
Thanks,
Job
guys.
well done. Thanks, Sandy. I almost forgot about that. Screwed up that plan. But, yeah, congratulations, Eric. 10 years with Call Club Sports in the NCBA. I mean, but you were, even before you came full-time, you were a volunteer and played in the league. And so, you've been in the NCBA family for more than 10 years. And you've been doing a great job, and keep it up, and happy to have you part of the team. So
thank you.
That being said, we have a big meeting tonight.
Got a big night. What's going on tonight?
The league meeting, NCBA annual league meeting tonight is at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be your host. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing.
You said it very enthusiastically, though.
I will be with you for this meeting. We'll also have Eric on, Jimmy Henderson, who's our new director of Division II baseball operations. We'll also get into sponsors and things like that. But a lot of great information that we'll be going over tonight. It's going to be live, which what that allows us to do is if you have any questions while the meeting is going on, you can type it into the comments section below the video. We have somebody monitoring that, and they will get on the microphone and ask the question, and we will be able to hopefully answer your questions in real time. So we enjoy that aspect of it. It kind of keeps us on our toes, but we will be going over quite a bit of information. We'll briefly talk about this past year, which, where we are in the world. I mean, I think we were pretty pleased that we were able to host a national championship and crown a national champion in Virginia Tech. So we'll be talking about last year. We'll also be talking about this upcoming year, and teams should be really getting excited about it and going over a lot of information about, like, the documents that you need to know about.
I was just going to say, first-time officers, it's really beneficial for you guys to tune in. Anybody, really, but especially first-time officers, you get to learn about deadlines, paperwork that you got to be staying on top of. Like Christian was saying, it's interactive. You guys can ask questions at any point throughout the meeting. We'll pause right there. We'll answer it for you. It's really beneficial for you guys to tune in. A lot of great information. Our whole entire staff will speak. We'll present everything from marketing to behind-the-scenes logistics of the league to talking shop on next year. The whole 9 yards. Yep.
And if you're tuning into us this show right now and you're like, oh shoot, I can't tonight, not to worry. We will have the did I say something bad?
You almost did. You caught it though.
If you can't tune in, we will have it recorded that you can tune in and tune into it at your convenience. So we're excited about it, and hopefully you can join us. Don't think it should take too much of your time tonight, but 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Facebook Live. And before I end this segment, I just want to make sure that, in order to be able to tune in, you have to have a Facebook profile, obviously, and you have to have liked the NCBA Facebook page or be a member of the NCBA Facebook group.
Look at you talking social media lingo.
Yeah, I've been trained well. So moving on from the league meeting, hope you can join us tonight, but one of the topics we'll talk about is fall tournaments.
Yeah, so we got, I believe, 4 that we're going to touch on real quick, as you guys can see on the screen. First one being Battle Creek Blast. It's ran by Joe Schaefer in our office. It's in Battle Creek, Michigan. October 1st through the 3rd. The tournament has 12 teams. I believe he is full, but just for the off chance that any of them back out or you want to be on the waiting list, or maybe we can move to 16, if we can make it happen, contact Joe. We'll get it going for you. Wood Wars down in Euless, Texas, November 5th through the 7th. Tournament has 16 teams, but I'm sure Norris would host more if he could. For those who don't know Wood Wars, it's one of the best events you'll probably ever go to, aside from the World Series, of course. It's a great fall tournament. He puts a lot of bells and whistles into it. It's a great field complex, all turf. He's been doing it for nearly, I think, 12 years now, something like that.
Around there, 12, 13.
So hit Ryan Norris up if you have any questions. The information's on the screen. Maybe get on a waiting list. Get it going for you. So we'll move on to Greenville, November 5th through the 7th in Greenville, South Carolina. I know the field is full at 12 teams. If you have any questions or anything, hit up Jimmy Henderson in our office. I believe this has got to be the 7th or 8th year we're doing it. It's a great event. It's got a big stadium, 2 fields down low. Great event. And then the last one's the Charleston Fall Invitational, which I'm going to be running. It's October 22nd through the 24th. Currently, we have 6. We have plans to move forward with 6. But hey, if somebody else comes out of the woodwork, say we get an 8-team or a 10-team tournament, we'll make it happen. So if you want to get involved, let me know. Get some more information.
And that is Charleston, West Virginia.
Good call. Yes, Charleston, West Virginia. Excuse me. Beautiful, brand new 4-field all-turf complex, all in the same area. We're excited about it. We're gonna probably use it for our Mid-Atlantic Regional Playoff next spring. Knock on wood. And hopefully this fall tournament can be an annual thing, and we'll build it up to 12, 16 teams in the future.
Good stuff, man. Last thing we need to talk about with the NCBA segment of the show is just some housekeeping items. Obviously, I don't even really need to talk about the LPAs and the registration forms if you don't have those in yet. You're in dire...
You're risking not playing
yes.
this year. Let's put it that way.
So I'm sure Eric or Jimmy have been in touch with you if you don't have that form in. But if you don't, we need that ASAP because realignment is in the works as we speak. That's been basically our last, 3-4 days we've been working on realignment.
Exclusively, yeah.
Exclusively in the office. It's a lot of moving pieces and a big puzzle to put together, especially this year with Division 3 and Division 2 combining into one league. So quite a bit going on there. But we should, I hope that, Division 1 we're pretty much squared away. There's a couple little pieces here and there. But Division 2 we got a little more... Mixing and matching, so a little more work to go on there. But I would expect, and we'll talk about this at the league meeting as well, but, by this time next week we'll pretty much be wrapped up with realignment and pumping conference schedules out, especially for those teams that are eligible to play in the fall, which we're actually working on now.
Yeah, I was going to say, for those teams who are eligible, be on the lookout for your conference schedules. I know Jimmy's working on them. I'm working on the D1 ones. I already kicked one out yesterday from North Atlantic. They'll be coming out within the week here. Another big thing is the equipment forms for you guys. Division 1 and Division 2 teams, you get your baseballs. You get your choice of batting helmets or catcher's gear. We'll send that information out hopefully this week so you guys can make those selections. We'll get your orders in, and you guys can get your stuff ASAP.
Beauty. That wraps it up for NCBA, and we want to move right on to the National Club Softball Association. Unfortunately, Savannah Aarons, the head of club softball, cannot join us today, but we will try and do our best to make sure we get all the information out to you teams. First thing we want to talk about on the softball front is the fall tournaments that the NCSA is hosting.
Yeah, looks like she's got 3. The first one being the Indy Invitational in Elkhart, Indiana, October 2nd to the 3rd. She made a note that there are 2 spots left, so if you're in that area looking for some games in the fall, hit Savannah up. She'll get you in. First state showdown in Wilmington, Delaware is October 9th through the 10th. And then the Peach State Fall Classic in Columbus, Georgia, October 23rd to the 24th. I'm not sure if that one's full, but just to make a note, that is where the World Series is held in Columbus, Georgia for the league. So it's obviously a fantastic venue. It's got the big stadium. It's got all the side fields. I'm sure it'll be a great event. I believe it's the first year she's doing it. So if you have any interest or have any questions, hit up Savannah.
Beauty.
What's next?
We got a new softball team just signed on this past week. It's Sacred Heart University. It is their second team. I know they've had recent success within that program, and it seems as though another team has formed. They've got enough girls to come out and form a second team. So Sacred Heart will have 2 teams in the NCSA this year. So that's exciting news on that front. And then the same thing, housekeeping items on this club softball front is the same, very similar to baseball. Making sure you have the LPA and registration forms. I'm sure if you don't, Savannah's probably been in your inbox quite a few times to get that completed. They're also in the process of realignment on the softball front. And then again, similar to baseball, conference schedules are being released as we speak. And then the equipment survey.
Yep, those actually did go out last week. I know Savannah sent those out, so if you haven't seen it, please check your inbox. Those are in regards to getting your 24 official NCSA softballs.
Awesome.
Let's move on to some basketball.
Let's move on to some basketball. National Club Basketball Association. on the men's and women's side, really excited to announce the Happy Valley Fall Tip-Off, which I guess is kind of the second annual. We hosted this in the fall of 2019 in State College, which is the home of Penn State University. Developed great relationships up there. The teams really liked it, so obviously weren't able to do it in the fall of 2020, but really excited to have it back again for 2021. Dates are November 5th through the 7th. What we're looking for is 16 men's club basketball teams and then 8 women's club basketball teams to participate. There'll be obviously separate tournaments, but the format will be the same, where it's pool play and then into a single elimination tournament. It's at the Nittany Valley Sports Center, which is a different, if you participated in 2019, it's a different complex, one that we feel is a lot nicer, all in one venue under one roof, and all the courts are the same, whereas in years past at C3 it was going from a sport court to hardwood. And so we're excited about this place. Digital scoreboards controlled by iPads, and very close to Penn State University, so teams can take advantage of getting on campus out there and having fun. So we're really excited about it. I believe I have 10 men's teams signed up at this point, and I'm not exactly sure where we are on the women's side, but I know a couple other teams are just waiting to make sure that they can play this fall before sending theirs in. So spots are going to be very sparse here in the next few days. So if it is something you're interested in participating in, please let us know. Contact myself, Christian Smith, or Alec Verhoff for more information. But yeah, really excited about that event. I'll be up there. Really liked it in 2019 and hope to build off it for this year.
That's exciting.
Yeah, basketball side, housekeeping items to think about. LPAs, reg forms. Again, basketball is a little. Season doesn't start until November. Obviously, we're not impacted by outdoor weather, so our season doesn't start until November 1st, so we have a little more time than the baseball and softball do. But if you do not have your LPA in, same as baseball and softball, you are in serious jeopardy of being left out. I've been in touch with you several times, so if you're still waiting on getting that LPA in. But we will be very soon moving on to realignment and scheduling, so that's going to be happening within the next 2 weeks. All the teams have received the schedule request forms. Those were sent out yesterday, so the teams can begin working on that. But yeah, you should be in the next couple weeks. We'll be working on realignment, getting conferences scheduled for the year, and November 1st, NCBBA kicks off. So excited about that as well.
Speaking of kicking off,
see that segue?
See what you did there. Let's talk some NCFA, National Club Football Association.
I like it.
32 days until the season starts.
Wow, man.
Almost a month away.
Yep. A little over a month. That's pretty cool. I know some things for teams to be on the lookout for, the team previews. You need to send those to Justin ASAP, which means as soon as possible. Get those in. Justin emailed you, I'm sure. Those team previews are a nice marketing tool for your program to kind of market your teams to the voting panel, so that you can get into that top 10. I don't know exactly.
Create some publicity.
Create some publicity for your program. So it's important to fill those out and get those into Justin.
Yeah, it's a good look for the league too. We'll publicize that on all our social media accounts. Creates a nice little buzz.
Yep.
Takes 10 minutes to fill out? Get them in.
Yeah, depends on who you are. Some teams keep it simple. Other teams like to get pretty detailed with those, but that's up to you.
The more the merrier.
The voting panel announcement. We have there it is. We got Norman Perez from Loyola Chicago, James Grega, Ohio State, Jonathan Beach from Michigan State, Michael Spite from Columbus State, Greg Jones from Sacred Heart, Milan Gotcher he's the North Atlantic Conference coordinator, Victor Hall, Middle Georgia State, Raheem Booth from Coppin State, Kevin Adkins from Gordon State, William Parker from UNC Greensboro, Nick Bongers from Oakland, and Joey Schaefer from the NCFA. That is the NCFA voting panel, a list of big names on there. So I know when we're looking for voting members for all of our sports. We're looking for people that we know are going to be
Been
unbiased,
around, trusted.
been around, trusted. We'll really formulate an unbiased approach when selecting those teams. And I know, even not even being affiliated or a part of the NCFA, I know a lot of those names.
A lot of familiar names on there.
Yeah, so
former national champs, former volunteers, current volunteers, yeah.
Yes.
Current
So
coaches.
that looks like a nice voting panel. So I'm not exactly sure when the first poll comes out, but I'm assuming 32 days away. Be on the lookout for the preseason one. Are we getting to our special guest?
We are.
Friend or fearless co-host?
Dylan oh, go ahead.
No.
We got Dylan Brown from University of Toledo Club Football. Go Rockets.
There he is. What's up, Dylan? How are you, man?
What's up, guys?
What's going on, Dylan?
How are you?
I'm good.
Doing well, Dylan. Thank you for joining us. We know that Toledo Club Football, they were supposed to, you guys were supposed to be a part of the league last year. Obviously, COVID put a kibosh on that. But when were you, as the team president, when were you kind of introduced to the NCFA Club Football? How did that whole thing happen?
Yeah, so it started in November 2019. The Toledo Blade, their newspaper here, they put out a story about Ohio State's club team playing in the national championship and being ranked number 1 at the same time as their varsity team. And I was like, club football, what is that? And from there, I read about it on the article and then started doing research about what the NCFA was, reached out to the league itself and Ohio State and Oakland, and they gave me pointers about how to get a team started here at Toledo. And we were able to do that in February of last year, just before COVID hit.
So you were the one that spearheaded the whole campaign of getting a club team started there. And I've always been blown away because, on the basketball and baseball side, I at least maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like there's a little less responsibilities as far as getting something off the ground. What kind of things did you have to take on to just get the club football team, off the ground? Since it sounded like it was a pretty quick turnaround, found out about it in November of 19, club football, and then you got a team started, just a few months later.
Yeah, so getting it started wasn't necessarily the hardest part. It just took getting a couple of students with me that were on board and presenting it to the school to start a new club team. And then the real work came after that. We had to raise, it was about $1,500 to join the NCFA by March. So we raised $1,500 in 3 weeks. Just from reaching out to people we knew, family, friends, and we were able to get 2 sponsors to make it happen. That was probably the most stressful part to start off with. But then over that summer, with us being in lockdown, we just had to do everything virtually. We had Zoom calls. We used our social media a lot to recruit, to spread the word about the team, and then just slowly getting equipment together. And we just had enough to get ready for the fall, and then we found out that the season wasn't going to happen. But in a way, it was almost a blessing in disguise for our team, just because we found 2 great coaches. Our head coach, Jamie Young, he's owner of the Toledo Thunder, semi-pro team in the area, and our associate head coach, Brad Fields. They both own that team together, and they had just stepped down from coaching for them. And they needed a new thing to get involved in. So we asked at just the right time, and this was in October of last year. So it would have been the middle of the season had we been playing. So between finding them and just that extra time, we took a team of 15 to 20 guys, and we've turned it into 35 now going into this fall, with tryouts still coming up. And we were able to get more sponsors, fundraised almost $15,000 for our team just from sponsors, selling masks, things like that. And then now we're going to be playing in the Glass Bowl Stadium, which holds up to 40,000 people. It's the varsity stadium here at University of Toledo. So we're just really excited for that opportunity, and I think that extra time really helped us get the pieces together. But now we've been waiting so long that we're ready to put the pads on.
Good for you. That's
awesome,
impressive.
Dylan,
We
man.
got to connect you to some of our baseball teams and softball.
No, I mean, certainly
impressive.
you got the formula, down. So I would recommend any other people out there that are looking to start a club football team to reach out to Dylan, because it seems like you've done a fantastic job. I mean, going from just trying to raise $1,500 to
Just an idea to.
Yeah.
It's happening.
playing in the varsity
Yeah.
stadium with two seems like highly prestigious coaches on your staff. So
Yeah,
good
that's
for you.
awesome. Yeah, and Dylan, more about you specifically growing up. How has football been a part of your life? Have you always been a player? Have you just been a coach? What kind of experience have you had growing up?
Yeah, so I got started in football my freshman year of high school. I'm from the Toledo area, so I went to Anthony Wayne High School, where I played 4 years of football there, and that's freshman year is where I really fell in love with it. And just over the course of those 4 years, it was just a tremendous experience. I watched that program go from 2-8 my freshman year of high school to being in the state Final Four my junior year. So it was a great experience. And then when I got to Toledo, it was a big team that I was on in high school. So I didn't get the opportunity to get to play in college, but I missed it for sure. So I did flag football my second year of college here at UT, and then being able to find the opportunity to give myself the opportunity to play football again, and then be able to give that to other students here at the university. It was a great honor, and it's just something that I didn't even think would happen, but now here we are about to put pads on in a week from now.
Yeah, job well done, Dylan. And tell us how the Toledo Club football team looks. I mean, is there any? I know you're going to be an absolute stud, but are there other guys that other teams should be on the lookout for? Tell us a little bit about the team.
Yeah, so we've really grown in the last over the spring semester. We've had a lot of guys come in. I can just think a handful of guys right now. Like we have some good receivers to watch out for. Nick Rutkowski, Daniel as well, and then we have Derek Daniels. He's really just an all-around player. You could put him at any position, honestly. He played at Central Catholic. It's local to Toledo. And then we've got our quarterback, Justin Glasky. He's from Northview High School here in the area as well. So we've had a lot of local guys that used to play that are getting their opportunity to suit up again here. And I think they're all itching to put the pads on and be able to show everyone what they can do in this club league.
Yeah, and kind of to piggyback off that a little bit, what are your guys' expectations for this first year? Obviously you're going to be excited and happy to be out there. Are we shooting for a 500 record? Are we shooting for a conference title? What kind of expectations are you guys working with?
Well, we're going to be hopeful that we're just going to do the best we can. And I like the pieces that we have in the team, but, we haven't played a game yet, so we're just going to take it 1 week at a time, starting with focusing on Pitt for week 1.
That's a good answer. Well,
Beautiful.
You've made a fan out of me, and I'm a Bowling Green alum, so that's saying something for a Toledo guy. So
We got to get Bowling Green to start a club team.
that's what I'm saying. We're working on it. I'll get Justin on it for you.
Absolutely.
All right, Dylan. Thank you so much for your time, man. Good luck to you
best of
and the
luck.
rest of the UT club football team. I know I'll be checking in to see how you guys do, but hats off to you and all the effort you put in to get that program off the ground. So thank you for your time, and
Good luck.
Good luck.
Thank you, guys. It's been a pleasure to be here.
All right, Dylan. Take care, man.
You-
Housekeeping items on the football side of things.
Talk about them team previews.
Team
Make sure you get
previews,
those
yep.
in.
Online registration, eligibility letters, which is a big thing. Season starting in a month. I'm assuming that paperwork went out on how to get your players registered, how to get your coaches with the coaches waiver submitted, eligibility letters, all that stuff. So be on the lookout for that. Start working to get that stuff completed. You want to make sure you reach out to Justin to get that team manager access so that you can get the team code, so that you can give it to the players so that they can register. So a lot of steps. So make sure you're
Don't
in touch with
underestimate
Justin.
it. Yep. Exactly. Last one, league due payments, performance bonds. For you guys that still owe that, get on it. Don't underestimate how long it might take for payments to get processed through your school, get that process going. So earlier the better. Make that a priority.
All righty. That's it.
That's football.
That is it. And that is the show.
That's the show.
That's our show for this month. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Suite 301. As always, don't forget to follow us on Twitter and on Facebook.
Next episode, Tuesday, September 14th, 3:01 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on Facebook Live. Join us then to catch up on everything that's happening around Cole Club sports.
And remember, it's a game.
Have fun.
That pink means you're lying.